them off, maybe.
We want to be very professional, don't we?
No.
Hi, everybody. We are live. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Woo-hoo!
Yes.
Hi, everybody. My name is Michelle Grigsby, and I just want to thank you for joining us. I am so excited that you're here. I'm just looking to see if we're working.
We want to be very.
Looking to see if we are live. I muted that. Hold on. Sorry about that. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's working, obviously. Hi, everybody. My name is Michelle Grigsby, and I do.
No matter how many times, Michelle, no matter how many times.
No, I muted it before we started, but I have all these windows open because we're like in 5,000 different places, and so I'm opening anyway. Someone else is doing it. Chris. Okay, guys, I am so excited that you're here. Let me really quickly join us. All right, awesome. Guys, I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am and what we're doing here today. And yeah, my name is Michelle Grigsby. I have been doing internet marketing for a little over 3 years now, full-time for a year. And I've got an awesome panel of team members and friends here that I'm really excited to introduce you to. And then we're going to get right to the training. And guys, if you are frustrated at all, if you're not happy with where you're at in regards to the level of success, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to share with you a couple of inspirational stories that I think will help kind of shed some light on why we're doing what we're doing. And I'm just really excited to share with you some really important things that a lot of people don't really like to talk about, but we're going to talk about it today. And this is something that we really need to address. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to our panel members really quickly, and then we're going to get right to the training. And the first person I want to introduce you to is Paula Bielski. Paula, you want to say hi real quick?
Yeah, hey, Paula Bielski from Maryland, and Michelle has been my mentor since February of 2014, and I'll follow her anywhere.
Aww. We are going to talk about that too in our training today. That's awesome. Thanks, Paula. And
You're welcome.
Laura, how are you?
I'm always fantastic. Thanks, Michelle. And I'm Laura McCarthy. I'm originally from Moose Lake, Minnesota. I live in Texas now. I've been doing internet marketing, network marketing for just over 2.5 years. And I'm really excited to have you guys here tonight. We're going to have some awesome training that Michelle's going to give to you. And we look forward to learning more about what you guys have to offer.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, and Jeff. Hey, Jeff, how are you out there in the mountains in Pennsylvania?
I'm doing good. Hi, everybody. I'm Jeff Waringer from Central PA. I've been involved with internet marketing for a couple of years now and found a good company to stick with, so come check us out.
Awesome, awesome. And Donna, how are you tonight?
Hi, everybody. My name is Donna Rios, and I'm from Augusta, Georgia. I've been online for about 4 or 5 years now, and I am just loving what we do. So sit back and enjoy.
Yeah, you have to love what you do, don't you? That's really, really important. And now we have a new team member. Her name is Chris. So, Chris, let me unmute you if I can. You're muted. With that said, okay. To our panel members really quickly, and then we're going to get right to the training.
Am I on?
And the first person I want to introduce you is Paula Bielski. Hear that? Bless you.
Yeah, hey, Paula Bielski.
So this is Chris's first time that's on a Hangout, and yeah, so I just muted you, Chris. So if you've got that playing, then we can hear that. We are going to talk about that too in our training today. That's awesome. Thanks, Paula. And Laura, how? Well, Chris, do you just want to wave and say hi for now? You want to say hi? This is Chris McDonald. She's one of our newer team members. We're really, really, really excited to have you here. And we'll go over that with our team training tomorrow on what we do when we do our Hangouts. We should have done that sooner, so that's something that I will definitely put in my to-do list of things to do with our new team members that we do Hangouts with. So I apologize for that. But everybody, I just really quickly, I'm just really excited to share with you this information, and I think that it's really, really important and it's really valuable. And what I'm going to do is I am going
Awesome.
to,
How are you tonight? Hi, everybody. My name is
I am going to talk to you about why are we in this business, right? Do you guys know why you're doing online businesses? Why do you have an online business? Do you know what your why is? Do you? And that's the question. And we're going to dig a little deeper into that. And so what I did is I actually have a little slideshow I'm going to do. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to really quickly do a screen share. So everybody let me know, or somebody let me know when you can see my screen.
Yep, you're
Okay.
good.
Awesome. That's it. All right, guys. Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, guys, what I want to talk to you about tonight, and this is something I definitely want to make sure all of our team members, you know, pay attention and listen to as well, because this applies to everybody. All right, but my question to you is, do you know why you're in business for yourself? Okay, really, really think about that. You know, is it the freedom? Okay, is that why you're in business for yourself? Can everybody make sure they're muted, please? Thanks. Another reason why people might be in business for themselves is it because you want the ability to stay home with your family, okay? All right. Perhaps it's because you had a great idea and you knew that you could make lots of money implementing it, okay? So these are all really good reasons and common among, you know, a collection of really awesome entrepreneurs, right? They're really especially looking for that quest for freedom, okay? But is that really, truly, honestly your why, okay? So, you know, that's the main question is that really, truly, honestly your why, okay? And the reason why I'm asking you that is because, you know, we are spending so much time trying to, you know, break the code on the how of business success that we forget about our why. So why is the why important? Well, it's because that's what drives the passion. That's what drives our soul and the purpose in your heart in business, okay? So one thing that I want to do is it and also when it gets tough, you know, that's one thing that if we are not going after our passion, if we are not driving our passion, when it gets tough, and it will, guys, we will give up if we do not have a clear purpose as to why, okay? So something I want to at least make a note of, and I think we've all seen this, but if you really think about it, of all the successful people that you know, the happiest and the most successful are the entrepreneurs who are in business for a reason larger than themselves, okay? Think about some of the most successful people you know. Think of the big one, you know, the big wigs, the big online marketers. That is a commonality between all of them, okay? And that's something that I really want you to pay attention to, because if you are right now working with a mentor or your upline is not caring about you and does not care about the business that they're in, all they care about is getting more signups and doing the latest, greatest marketing method, chances are, you know, chances are they're not a great leader, okay? So I want to give you an example. Oh, and I want to say people that they're driven not by fear or need, but by passion, desire, okay? So I kind of just already mentioned that. So, but once somebody discovers their why, it's amazing to see how things just seem to fall into place once this awareness has occurred. And I actually had this happen to one of our team members just last week. And it was absolutely amazing because when we were talking, you know, she was just really frustrated and she was struggling, and we got on the phone and I just started asking her questions, and I said, what is it that you would do if money wasn't an object? And it blew me away what she said. And she said, well, if money wasn't an object and I had an endless amount of money and I didn't have to worry about it, I would open animal shelters all over. She has such a deep love for animals that it breaks her heart to hear about animals that are suffering, and I really love that about her. But another thing she told me is a course that she recently signed up for from a lady that does like chakra healing. All right, and I told her, I said, okay, based on what she just told me, what she just said was a totally different path than, say, for instance, I'm going down. The answers that she was giving me was taking her down a separate path and then a separate path, a separate path. And by the time we were done with our conversation, she was on a totally different path than I thought she was on and what she thought she was on. And based on our conversation, she now knew to go to the Facebook graph search and find people that were fans of this author that you know, with this course that she signed up with that was like-minded. She knew she wanted to target women that were her age, that liked this author, and that loved animals. Now, she had no idea before our conversation, you know, and I have to be honest with you, this was really an awakening for me too, and it was really amazing. It was amazing to see how she was able to find her way, and it was just so awesome to see that happen to her because she was just so excited to get started with her business now because she felt like she had somebody that she knew she wanted to talk to, because she knew that if she found a commonality with those prospects, they were going to be much more likely to follow her. Okay, and that's something that I want to be discussing with my team members, you guys that are on there right now, is, you know, who is your target market? And this is something we're going to be talking about in later trainings as well, is, you know, how exactly do you find your why, and how do you know exactly who your target market is? Because if you, for example, are an animal lover, are you going to want somebody on your team that hates animals, that, you know, doesn't care about an animal? No. So that's something to think about. But I'm going to give you an example of a lady that her name is Joan, okay? And I want to tell you about Joan. She always knew that she had a passion for helping others succeed, but she never fulfilled her desire on a large scale, okay? So after years of struggle, she realized that her business was the gateway to something far greater, okay? So if she was hugely successful, she could help other women learn how to achieve their dreams. She would have the answers, not just for herself, but for them, okay? Once she allowed herself to be driven by this higher purpose, she was able to let go of her fears and overanalyzing and drive her profits to the top. And today, Joan happily speaks to audiences, has appeared on national television, and helps business owners understand and achieve their goals. Okay, another person I want to tell you about is Beth. Okay, Beth lives a green life, and she wants to support others in learning how to respect the planet on which she lives. She's never lost sight of her why, and she chose jewelry design to carry out her mission. Okay, she creates beautiful earth-friendly jewelry and donates a portion of her proceeds to a like-kind cause. Okay, she blogs and speaks about her earth-friendly living and helps others grow as her business grows. So as you can see, she's using a totally different vehicle to build her business, okay? But she's being true to herself and being true to her passion, okay? So are you guys still there?
Yes, we are.
Awesome. Okay. All right, so anyway, the next thing I want to do is I want to tell you guys the story of Sylvester Stallone. Does anybody know this story? Has anybody ever heard this? Don't say
Yeah.
the story. Okay.
Yeah, I do. I love this story.
Is this Michelle?
Yes.
Awesome, Michelle from Down Under. Okay, guys, I want to really quickly tell you the story of Sylvester Stallone, okay? Because it's probably one of the saddest stories ever told in Hollywood, but it's so inspirational. So if some of you don't know, have never heard of the movie Rocky, I don't know where you came from, but the movie Rocky actually is a very well-known movie, and the actor that stars in that is Sylvester Stallone. And Sylvester Stallone is one of the biggest and most famous American movie stars. Okay, back in the day, check this out. Sylvester Stallone was a struggling actor in every definition. In fact, at some point, he got so broke that he stole his wife's jewelry and sold it. And things got so bad that he even ended up homeless. Yes, he slept at the New York bus station for 3 days, unable to pay rent or afford food. But his lowest point came when he tried to sell his dog at the liquor store to any stranger. He didn't have the money to feed his dog anymore, and he ended up selling his dog for $25, and he said that he walked away crying. Well, 2 weeks later, he saw a boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner, and that match gave him the inspiration to write the script for the famous movie Rocky. Now remember, he's an aspiring actor, okay? Well, he wrote this script in 20 hours, and he tried to sell it, and he got an offer for $125,000. But he just had one request. He wanted to be a star. He wanted a star in the movie. He wanted to be the main actor, Rocky himself, but the studio said no because they wanted a real star. And they said that he looked funny and talked funny, and he left with the script, okay? So a few weeks later, the studio offered him $250,000 for the script. He refused. They even offered him, you guys, $350,000, but he still refused. They wanted his movie, but not him. He said no. He had to be in that movie. Well, after a while, the studio agreed. They gave him $35,000 for the script and let him star in it. And the rest is history. That movie won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Film Editing at the prestigious Oscar Awards, and he was even nominated for Best Actor. And the movie Rocky was even inducted into the American National Film Registry as one of the greatest movies ever. And do you guys know the first thing that he did with his $35,000, would you believe? You guys know what the answer is, don't you?
I don't.
He went back and looked for his dog. He wanted his dog back. Yes, Stallone loved his dog so much that he stood at the liquor store for 3 days waiting for the man he sold his dog to. And would you believe that on the 3rd day he saw the man coming with the dog? And Sylvester Stallone explained why he sold the dog and begged for the dog back. But guess what? The man refused. Yes, he refused. He refused. Okay, so we offered him $100. The man refused. He offered him $500. He still refused. He even refused $1,000. And believe it or not, Stallone had to pay $15,000 for that same dog that he sold for only $25, and he finally got his dog back. Oh, and he also had to give the guy a movie role in the movie as well. So, you know, the same Stallone who slept in the streets and sold his dog just because he couldn't even feed it anymore is one of the greatest movie stars who ever walked the earth. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but it was a pretty darn good movie. So what would you get out of that story? Well, what I get out of it is, you know, being broke is bad. It's really bad, right? But have you ever had a dream, like a wonderful dream, but you're too broke to implement it? Maybe you're too tiny to do it or too small to accomplish it. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I've been there like many times. And we all know life is tough and opportunities will pass you by just because you are a nobody. People will want your products, but not you. It's a tough world, and if you're not famous, rich, or connected, you will find it rough. We all know the doors are going to be shut on us. People will steal your glory, crush your hopes, and you will be pushing. You will feel like you're doing nothing but pushing, 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 and yet nothing will happen. And you will feel like your hopes will be crashed, all right? You will even possibly do odd jobs for survival, okay? You might even be unable to feed yourself. You may end up sleeping on the streets. But the one thing that I don't want any of you guys to do is never let anybody crush your dream. Whatever happens, keep dreaming even when they crush your hopes. Keep dreaming, keep dreaming, keep dreaming, okay? Because nobody knows what you're capable of except you. People will judge you by how you look and by what you have, but don't ever give up, okay? So I love that story. What do you guys think?
That's a great story. I think a lot of people can relate to it.
It's one of my favorites. I love it.
I didn't put you to sleep.
I love all the Rocky.
Now when I look
They're so uplifting.
and now when I look at a Rocky movie, I can't see it the same because I think of that story.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, dreams can be big, can't they?
have you ever felt that way though? Have you ever felt like you just are being stomped on?
Yeah,
Many times.
totally.
But you can't give up.
But you don't give up. You
Right.
just don't give up.
Exactly.
Dream big. Dream big.
I'm getting hold on. Okay, and look at him. I mean, my goodness. He looks like he hasn't been starving himself too much. All right.
Well, he doesn't quite look that great anymore, but
Yeah, but for his age, oh my gosh. All right. Does anybody know who this is?
No.
No? No. All right. Does anybody know who these two men are?
No.
Okay, maybe this will help.
I was gonna say the Wright brothers.
The Wright brothers. The
Wright brothers.
Exactly. But does anybody know who this is?
No.
Nobody knows who this is, but yet people know who this is, huh?
Is that Winston Churchill? No.
No.
It was a guess. I'm not good with history. That's the one subject I didn't want to take in college.
No. I have another story I want to share with you. This is so inspirational, you guys. And this story is from Simon Sinek's book, The Power of Finding Your Why. It starts with why. And this story is about this guy. His name is Samuel Langley. Okay? Now, Samuel Langley, you guys, had a very bold goal. He wanted to be the first to achieve a machine-powered controlled manned flight. And he had all the right ingredients. He had the intelligence. He was a scientist. In fact, I think he was the director of the Smithsonian at the time. He had powerful friends. He had lots of money. In fact, the government gave him, I think it was like $70,000 to fly an airplane, to be the first to fly an airplane. He had a dream team around him. He had perfect market conditions, and he had an excellent PR machine. Okay? So compare this to maybe what you have to contend with, right? So here, who are some of the big wigs that we have to compete with? But the thing is, guys, is he had a bold goal, okay? But what he didn't have was a clear sense of why. His purpose was for building a plane that was defined in terms of what he was doing and what he could get. All he wanted was the fame and the notoriety. Okay, he had a passion for aeronautics, okay, but more than anything else, he wanted to be first. He wanted to be rich and famous, and this was his driving motivation, and few of us have ever heard of him. Meanwhile, a few hundred miles away in Dayton, Ohio, Orville and Wilbur Wright were also building a flying machine, and unlike Langley, okay, the Wright brothers did not have the recipe for success. There was no funding, no government grants, no high-level connections. In fact, they funded their dream with the proceeds from their bicycle shop. Not a single person was working on the team, and neither of them had a college education. They were scientists, though. They loved science. And but what they did have, guys, is they had something that was very special, and they had a dream. They knew why it was important to build it. They believed that if they could figure out this flying machine, it would change the world. And they imagined the benefits to everyone else if they were successful. The Wright brothers had a passion for flight. And on December 17th, 1903, in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, the Wright brothers took a 59-second flight at an altitude of 120 feet, whereas a week prior, Mr. Langley had a very, very public, horrific failure because and there was some really big differences between the two. He had all the funding, but see, because the Wright brothers didn't have very much money, they actually created like a wind tunnel where they like some, I don't know how they did it, but they created a wind tunnel where they could simulate the flights, where this other fellow had all this money and he would build these big planes, and take off, and they would wreck and fail, and it was horrible. Where these guys, the Wright brothers, would simulate, and it wasn't until they were almost 100% sure it was going to work before they even put a motor on their plane. And so the thing is that was really different is every time they went to go test their flights, they always brought like 5 different simulators with them, because they knew they weren't going to get it right the first time. And they knew that it was just going to take tweaks here and tweaks there. Whereas the other, Mr. Langley, was, you know, they would do everything by, you know, writing it down by paper, and it was a huge project, and it failed miserably. And the interesting thing, though, is that when they found out that the Wright brothers were the first to take flight, guess what Langley did? Can you guess?
No.
Well, he gave up.
Tell me. Tell me.
He gave up.
Tell me.
He
I'm
disappeared.
loving the story.
He disappeared. All right, so, all right, guys, these are some good examples of people that have found their why, right? And so you may be thinking, but what if I don't have a why, right? Some people actually don't know what their why is. They really don't, okay? And I want to talk to you about some ways that we can get to our why, okay? Because I think that there's some of us that really are confused. You know, we might think that it's because we want to spend more time with our family. Is that really what our why is? And that's something that we really have to dig deep into. And so getting to your why, I just have a few questions that I want to ask you that I'm going to give you access to, so we'll be able to give you like this as a PDF. But these are some really good questions that you can ask yourself, okay? One of them is, what does success mean to me? Okay, what does it mean to you? Do you want to be first? Or is it a dollar amount that you want? Or is it because you want to help others? I mean, what is it that you define success as? Okay, another question, what am I most passionate about? Okay, what is it that you are most passionate about? Is it health and wellness? Is it healthy eating? Is it helping others? You know? In what way is my business an extension of my passion? Okay? This is one of the reasons why I absolutely love the company that I'm with, because, you know, I'm going to be honest with you, the thing about why I'm involved in what I do is because I think I'm mostly passionate what I do, because my husband is a meteorologist. He was on television for 18 years, right? And in order for me to watch my husband on TV, I'd have to watch the news. And do you guys notice when you watch the news what you have to listen to?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's all negative.
I don't watch it anymore.
I don't either. And guys, there's times I don't catch him on TV because I am so sick of hearing all the junk. I mean, that's all they talk about is the murders and the burglaries and all the negative stuff. And every once in a while, you're going to hear something that's positive and uplifting, right? And I just got so sick of that. And it got to the point where I'm just like, you know what? This is crazy. Why are we not I mean, it got to the point almost every time my husband would come home, I'm like, why are we not talking more about the positive things that are going on in our lives? And it has driven me to the point where I am so inspired by sharing inspirational stories, and that's why you guys see me sharing these daily mindset tips. And that's why, you know, if anybody is a member of on my blog subscription, you get bombarded with all these inspirational stories. I'm just so drawn to these inspirational stories. And I know why. It's because I'm just so sick of hearing all the negativity that's out there. And I am so passionate about it that, you know, I know that that there's a way I can share that to others. And we do that through blogging. We do that through our social media, right? And as a result of what I love to do is getting my message out to people. You know, I know how to create websites, so I help others. I help others. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are not succeeding. Number one, because maybe a lot of people don't really know what their true passion is. They think that they just want to make money online. Well, it's way more than that. It's not just make money online, because you could go get a job and make money. I'm pointing, you guys can't see me. So anyway, so that's just an extension of my passion for sure. And ask yourself, if I can make a difference for anyone or anything, what would it be? Does anybody want to answer that? Come on, I know somebody.
What? I'm sorry, Michelle. If I could do what? Be passionate. What am I passionate about? Passionate.
Can you see my screen?
I can see free training.
Are you guys telling me that you cannot see my screen?
No, I can see your screen. I can see it. Your screen's up.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, someone read this. I have to go get something to plug in.
If I could make a difference for anyone or anything, what would it be? My biggest thing, like my family, I would want to give back to my family, and like knowing like my dad and mom and how hard they worked, you know, I would want to give them what they've given to me my whole life and helping me out. I want to give back to them and to, you know, and then to other people that need help. So you know, for me, it's just giving back to other people. You know, I did service in the military, so for me, it's, you know, I've always felt the need to serve. So I always like to help people no matter what. And so having an online business and doing what we're doing on offering training to help other people figure out what their dreams and goals and aspirations are, it fits right along with it. So what would it be? It would be to continue to give back to other people, you know, once I get to the point where I have the income that I'm looking for.
Yep. And why is it that you're choosing an online business?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I want to stay at home with my family. I want to stay at home with my kids. I don't want to have to send them to after-school childcare. I want to be able to go on vacations whenever I want and not have to worry about asking for time off and things like that. Because, you know, I used to have to ask to take leave and things like that, and I don't want to have to do that anymore.
Love it. Love it.
I have a why. My why is my family. My why is that I, as an old, like going into having older children, adult children, I see them now striving for their dreams, and their dreams are so important to me as well that I want to be able to financially help them out. So my why is huge, because I see my daughter strive with a very entrepreneurial spirit, and I have another son the same. He has a very big drive, and my goal is to be able to financially give to them. And to do that, I have to really get into my business. And it's a full circle, Michelle, because by helping other people, I'm helping myself. By helping myself, so it's a give full service to absolutely everyone through being on and giving value and helping. I just love the whole aspect of it all. It's amazing.
Yeah, beautiful. Anybody else want to share anything?
Yeah, my why is also my children. You know, they're both adults, young adults, and I know when my parents were still alive, they continued to help me whenever I needed it, and which wasn't very often, but to be able to be there for them emotionally you know, I have to be in a position also where I'm able, you know, I'm taking care of myself financially and emotionally, and I want to also be able to help them financially to get to where they want to be. And my daughter has the entrepreneurial spirit also. My son is still in the undecided stages. But as far as giving back to others, one of my big whys that, if you know, you had asked Michelle, this other woman, what she would like to do. Personally, I would like to be able to help out with women and children of domestic violence. That's a personal passion of mine, and I'd really like to be able to give back to that and help people in any way I can in that regards.
Wow, Paula, that's powerful. Very powerful. Very powerful. Does anybody else want to contribute? You don't have to. You know, and but another question I have for you guys is, you know, why are we choosing an online business when we could, if we feel like we are capable for greatness, which I feel like we are, why are we choosing an online business and we're connecting with, I mean, I'm connecting with wonderful people like you guys that are all over the world. You know, we've got people on our team that's from all over the world. And, you know, what is it that draws us to the internet, online marketing? What is it that drives us to utilizing the internet to make money online?
Well, speaking for myself, Michelle, and once again, not to jump in, but
No, but love it.
older, it's very difficult, especially as an older woman out in the workplace. And I had been in real estate. We had rental properties, so I hadn't been out there for a long time. So trying to get back into it, I have no idea. I would just, I don't even know what I would do. I mean, I'm an accountant, but the programs and whatnot they use these days, I'm not up to speed with, so I'd be starting over. That's even scarier. I'd rather start over at my own pace on the internet.
There you go. There, you just hit it right there. Because you're kind of like in university right now.
Yeah, exactly. Learning a new skill, but at my own pace and not having somebody look over my shoulder. Well, I do have somebody looking over my shoulder, but uplifting me as opposed to criticizing, which there's a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, another reason why a lot of people turn to the internet is because they're trying to avoid something that's painful. Like I personally hated the drive. I mean, I would be out in the field all day long. I'd come home exhausted. I'd be too tired to make any food, you know, make food for the family. I'd be so tired. And that is one of my passions, is to not have to be out there all the time. And guys, I mean, I can make a great income with my insurance business. I was making 6 figures a year, and it's not worth it to me. It is not worth it to me. It is, for one reason, because I don't like what I'm losing, what I'm missing out on. So a lot of people don't want to be missing out on time with their family, being tired all the time, you know, wear and tear on my car. But in addition to that, you know, it's what I know we're capable of. And I know that there's other people out there that can make 6 figures with an online business. We can do it too. And there's a number of variables that we need to look at, and that's something I'm going to get to next. So really quickly, I'm just going to get past these questions. So really quickly, I want to go over with you how to get into the mindset for an online business. So I'm kind of making the transition to how do we actually get into the mindset of having an online business. So we've already identified what our why is, okay? We've got that passion. How do we get into the mindset for having an online business, okay? Well, we all know that generating an online income is not only possible, but it will become easier once we know we kind of have like a plan of attack. And the biggest thing is we need to be consistent and we need to focus, okay? And it's really easy to have a negative mindset. And the reason why, guys, is because, first of all, a lot of people, you know, there's kind of a negative connotation sometimes with the online industry, okay? There's a lot of scammy programs that people falsely get into with a positive mindset by promising riches and success, that promises that that will be achieved without you doing any hard work. And when people fail or their expectations are not met, they automatically have a negative view, right, when it comes to any program or task that they have to do because they're reminded of a bad experience they had in the past. All right, so look, having doubt, though, is a good thing because it can help you discover many things like, you know, what is a credible company, how, you know, who can I trust, and so forth. But, you know, we know that there are people out there that are having success, and we know that we are capable of it too. You know, so the question is, why do some get success and others fail miserably? Okay, so when we enter the online business, these are some things that we need to keep in mind. Okay, guys, it is hard work to have an online business. Okay, just because you pay $100 or $129 to start an online business does not mean that you're going to sit back and leads are going to come in and you're going to sign people up. Okay, this is just like a real business. Online business has the word business in it. Okay, so hard work is absolutely the part that many people don't like to hear. Okay, but Michelle, I need to make some money now, or I had been with this program for 2 months without earning anything. And you need to ask yourself this serious question. Okay, do you desire to have a solid online business, or do you just want to earn a few quick bucks? Because I understand your pain. It took me, guys, like over 2 years before I started making money online. Okay, because I was jumping from program to program. It wasn't working out. I didn't know what I was doing. I was doing something else, and it was really depressing. And I just kept trying. I didn't know what to do. But this is what has kept me going. Okay, I am going to succeed even if it takes me 6 years. I am not dumb, nor am I stupid. If those people can earn a six-figure income, then so can I. Okay. Another thing that we need to focus on is we need to focus on success, not the money. Okay, all of us are here to earn money, otherwise what would be the point, right? But money tends to give negative feelings since we feel down and depressed when we don't have it. We get stressed out, feel like a failure when we're not able to generate it. Okay, trust me, I know. But guys, once I shifted my mind into wanting success more than the money, I finally became calmer and I was able to find a direction. So, you know, most of you that are listening to this right now, you know, may have a sad feeling because, yes, you do need money right now, and I completely understand because I've been there myself. But, you know, if you're unique, you have the ability to do great things, okay? I was going to tell you that. Oh, I had a thingy on my slide. I didn't know that. All right, guys, another one, find your skill set. This is really important. This is really, really important, okay? The reason why you want to find your skill set is because the online industry fails miserably to guide new entrepreneurs in the right direction, and this is a major cause of failure, okay? We all have different kinds of professions in the real world, right? We have doctors, technicians, managers, lawyers. Now, imagine if all of us had to become a doctor. The world would have been a huge mess. No one would be sick, but who would provide us with food? So the online industry does not work any different, guys. We need our SEO providers. We need our hosting services. We need the little niche guys providing much needed products. And not all of us have the same skills and interests. While network marketing will work for me, it might not necessarily work for you because I might have people skills and you might be shy when it comes to working with people, okay? So you have to determine what are your skills, what are your interests, you know, and what resonates with you, okay? I hope that makes sense. And you have to keep in mind, you have to be consistent with it too. Another thing that you need to think about is stop wandering around. I personally call this the make money in a hurry browsing sickness, okay? I meet so many people online that just jump around from one program to another seeking out the next big thing. And guys, this applies to people in our team as well. I see it everywhere. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to find something that will earn them money in a fast way. But I'm sorry to disappoint you, there's no such program unless you have fallen into a scam that will pay out fast and then take fast. So if you're still browsing the deepest part of Google and you're searching around, you are wasting valuable time. For each day that's gone, you are falling behind and you're setting yourself up for failure instead of success. And those days and money wasted could have been invested in building your business. Okay, so I don't want to advise you to jump in and just take the best program that comes your way without proper research or direction. But when you make a decision, you need to put aside everything and give it your best, even if you don't see results immediately. Okay, another thing I want to explain to you is build yourself around the product. What do I mean by that? Okay, another reason why people fail is because people buy trust and reputation, and if you fail in providing trust and reputation, you will not make a sale. Okay, so have you ever wandered into a shopping center or the mall or Best Buy and you saw those sales reps with the t-shirts with the logo imprinted on it? That automatically brands them as a trusted source, right? So by blindly promoting like a program or a company that you yourself do not trust or know anything about, it's setting up for disaster. So you really want to get to know the program, how it works, the benefits, the flaws, and build your online presence and mindset around the product, not the other way around. And that's one of the reasons why I love the company that I'm with, because I really truly believe in the product, and I know all of our team members do too. So another thing, guys, have a plan. Again, something you cannot do without. Okay, almost any business on this earth had started out with a business plan that included, financial planning, return of investment, so forth. And online business is no different. And going in blindly without any structure is just setting up for disaster. So what I recommend, go find a quiet spot, take a pen and paper, write down your strategy, and stick with it no matter what. Okay? And to set yourself up for success, okay? The mind is a powerful thing, and it can actually poison your success if you do not set yourself up for productivity, okay? In other words, whenever I do something like I'm going to be doing a video or I'm going to be doing a blog post, I turn everything else off. Because if I'm doing a blog post and I keep getting these messages, well, I think you guys saw how frustrated I was getting today because I was allowing myself to get interrupted, and I was getting frustrated and I wasn't getting a darn thing done. And that can be really crucial. So what you need to do is whenever you are setting this time aside to perform a function, you need to just kind of shut everything off. And Donna, I think you're really good at doing that too. I really like how you operate. You're so technical.
The hard way.
Okay, I only have like 3 more, and then we're done. The next thing I want to talk about is get into the right attitude. Have you guys ever started your day by getting up and saying to yourself, this is going to be a crappy day? Because if you do, it's going to be what? Crappy, right? And the same goes for your actions online. I'm telling you, I can tell you from experience, right, Laura?
Oh yes, definitely.
We were just talking about this.
Yep.
And if you look at a task and approach it in a negative manner, guess what, guys? It's going to, no matter how difficult something might be, I know that I have the strength and capability to make it work. You have to tell yourself that, okay? Because if you think of it in a negative way, that energy is going to come through and people are going to see that. Trust me, I know this from personal experience. Another thing, guys, to succeed online is find a mentor, okay? When we switch on our computer, we tend to meet so many new people online that when we realize just how many people there are in this online world, there's actually going to be one same common denominator, and you know what that is? Even though we have a computer, you guys, this is a lonely business. And the reason why is because it's just you and the computer in front of you, if you think about it, and maybe your kids and your spouse, right? New marketers fail because they have no one to guide them in the right direction or just keep them motivated, okay? So what you need to do is you need to find at least, 1 to 3 really good mentors that will teach you about the online industry, that will keep you motivated, that will keep you inspired, okay? And I promise that if you do that, your failure rate will drop significantly, okay? And last but not least, I have to say this, guys. I know that there's quite a few religions on earth, okay? Everyone has the peace within their own, all right? But I have to tell you, I have found this part to be the missing link towards gaining success for myself. And since I'm putting down all my steps, okay, there would be no point in leaving out probably, for me, the most important part, okay? I realize that I'm only human, and sometimes the stress of running an online business has left me confused, tired, and negative. And I know anybody listening to this can relate. Okay, but I realized that I am not built to be an owner, but rather a manager, for I could not see the hidden flaws. And after I'd given my online business seriously to God and made him the owner of it, I kid you not, it has made the last few months of my business, it has improved it dramatically, okay? We're getting sales in our business on a continual basis. It just seems like, how do I explain it? Oh, I know that I have his guidance. He gives me the strength when times are hard, okay? We pray, right? We pray hopefully every day, and we pray not only for, for those that we love, but, there's nothing wrong with praying for your business too, all right? So when it comes to business, we think that we can do it alone without his help, and I'm telling you, it has made a difference in my life. So with that, guys, I think that's it. I think I'm done.
I think you did a good job.
Why, thank you.
I agree.
I have to do a clap.
Wonderful as always. Yay!
How do I get back? I'm back!
There she is.
All right, so for those of you that are watching this, if you are watching this on whoever sent you to like their fan page, there's a link that's right below this video, okay? That link is a link to join our team. And what that will do, guys, is that will enable you to get access to all of the trainings that we've been doing. There's a lot of trainings that we do not provide to the general public. And guys, have you gotten anything out of the trainings that we've been providing?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
What kind of question is that?
I know.
I know, right?
So, I want to implore you to, if you guys have not looked at the Legends Network, I think what I really talked about today was, building your mindset, and you want to make sure that you are aligned with a company that really is in line with your beliefs and your passions and your desires. And we are all here because we want to have an online business. Now, what we're doing is we are teaching you blogging to brand yourself. We're teaching you social media. We're teaching you video marketing, right? And what we're doing is we're teaching you how to brand yourself, and we're teaching you how to promote your business. We also are getting into email marketing and lead capturing. So that's really, really important in order for you to succeed online. That will take you to a whole different level, okay? But we actually start with the very basics. But the biggest thing is that we are aligned with a company that provides we're able to tap into the minds of some of the top internet marketers in the industry. And in fact, we just recently, who was it that Val just recently interviewed? Ray Higdon.
Ray and Todd.
So like Ray Higdon, Todd Falcone, is it Falcone? Falcone.
Yeah, Falcone.
Jeff Mills. Who are some of the other greats that he's recently interviewed? Oh, Tracy Walker.
Tracy Walker.
What was that?
Tracy Walker.
Yeah. I mean,
Dave Dobbs.
Darren Little.
and what's
It
awesome,
amazes me that we've got it amazes me the amount of people that we can tap into daily. That's incredible.
Yep.
You take your pick. You just take your pick. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who will I have today?
what happens is Val Smith, what he does is he is a leader in his own right. He's done over $600 million in sales. And what he's done, guys, is he'll connect with these big time leaders, and he will interview them for about an hour, and he'll literally tap into their minds, and he'll be able to ask them questions that they usually won't reveal, and he's able to get them to reveal like what methods that they're using and what what are they using to drive their business to the next level, and they drop some nuggets. They tell their story, and you know, it's just really cool to hear their story and to see that all these big wigs also struggled. And I think there's very few people that are successful in this business that did not struggle, because you know, you really have to taste the bitter to enjoy the sweet, right? So I really think that that's why we really love connecting with our team, because we understand that it is work and we treat this like a business, and as long as you're willing to treat this like a business and be consistent, we will make sure that you are successful, okay? But you have to understand, like what I just said, this is a journey. You can't give up. You have to be consistent. You have to have a plan, right? So does anybody have anything they want to add? Maybe, yes, Michelle.
I just want to add the fact that with the Legends Network, the most amazing minds that you can tap into anytime you want. But the true value that I have received in joining the Legends is actually the value of being surrounded by some amazing marketers. Like, you only have to look at the panel down below, the value that everyone offers each other, the daily interaction in learning and training. I thought I was doing fairly well out there before I joined the team, Michelle, but I'm just learning so much. I'm shifting my business day to day, and the value of that is truly incredible. On top of the audios, the interviews that we get,
Yeah.
there cannot be any more than I have to say about the value daily that we receive. I'm thankful and grateful for it every day.
Yes.
Every day my business shifts. So, yeah, truly tremendous. And the training today was just fabulous. You had me glued to my seat. It was great. Thank you, Michelle.
And guys, just a reminder, thank you so much, Michelle. Just a reminder that if you join our team, we are actually giving you a free self-hosted WordPress blog. We will show you how to get it started, and we also will show you how to create your own custom capture pages, as well as your full-blown marketing system. So it's all about having a system as well as the proper training. So, right, guys?
Most definitely. Got to have it all in place.
Yep. So with that said, does anybody else have anything else they want to add?
I think next time we should show them the
Oh, she just locked up. What was that, Michelle?
I was going to say I can't wait to for us to show them what we give them, especially the beautiful blog that they get for free.
Well, on Mondays, oh, sorry. There's always a delay with Michelle.
Sorry.
On Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time is our mindset training. And on Wednesdays is our social media training. And then on Thursdays is our blogging / email marketing lead generation. Okay? So, and they're all at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right? So with that, does anybody else have anything else I want to add? Otherwise, we will bid adieu. I need to go walk my neighbor's dog.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you
All right,
next
guys.
time.
Yep. Thanks again.